Welcome to Sam Outside. I'm Sam and I'm outside enjoying the beautiful weather. It's been a crazy day of on and off rain, so finding the right time has been a little bit tricky, but this is the window. So find a reason just to go outside. And there are so many reasons, right? I'm also out walking the dog. We do it a couple times a day. He needs it, I need it, and it's just a beautiful time of year to be outside. I like the fresh air. I like getting some vitamin D, being exposed to sunlight. Be tricky when the day is all rainy and gloomy. We've had hail today. It's crazy. I also like spending the time just, processing my day. It's not over. Workday's over, but not the day. All right. Next steps. How can I best support my family as they have their own schedules, come and go, which includes the dog? Process parts of my day, knowing that I've got other days coming up. How can I better support the staff that I'm responsible for, the young guests that I have at work, right? Upcoming things like that. So I take this time out in nature to relax, calm, decompress, get some exercise, right? So find your reason to go outside. If it's not part of your routine, right? Start with that. Just find a reason. Maybe you want to go out and look for something, right? Maybe there's some seasonal holiday decor that might fit your needs. Let's go find some pine cones for that centerpiece. Let's go find some colorful reeds. Let's go find some boughs to make some wreaths or to decorate with, right? Maybe it's just an alternative to getting in the vehicle. Maybe we'll walk over instead of commuting, right? Taking the vehicle. So whatever your reason is, try and include spending some time outside. Time of day might be a factor. Weather, always a factor, right? But find a reason. For me, it's not just exercise, right? Just part of the habit of being a pet owner. But I also happen to do it for a living. So I don't take that for granted. I do that by choice, right? I've had other careers where I could spend more time indoors, but I'm an outdoor cat. Yeah, I know what it means to work indoors, but I can't imagine being stuck indoors, if that's a different way to look at it. Yeah, so choosing different career paths to work outdoors definitely helps my physical, mental, and emotional health. But while I am outside, I like to stay curious, right? It's how I learn, it's how I grow, it's how I share. So I'm often asking, what is that? So if I don't know, then I'll do some research, but actively looking, listening, smelling, sometimes tasting, right? Just noticing, being aware. And that includes being aware of my own self while I'm at it, right? How am I feeling? How am I doing? Right? Spending some time with myself. It's hard to do that while you're in the grind. So that's part of the magic about spending time with yourself outdoors is re-engaging with yourself. Maybe even working on the inner dialogue. So just being out in nature, being outdoors has a natural calming effect, reducing cortisol, stress hormone that we either wake with and then add to throughout our typical workday. But I'm not at work, so I'm going to leave those away. Leave those at work. Spending time in nature does calm. Being active and mindful allows me to connect with nature, sounds and the smells and the sights. And those have a positive effect on those happy chemicals, right? Getting exercise is part of that, releases endorphins. Getting the fresh air and the vitamin D helps with serotonin, which is going to improve my gut health while I'm working on my cardiovascular health, right? And I'm connecting with my four-legged friend, Mr. Indiana Bones, right? So there's that aspect of connecting with another living thing while I'm sharing time in nature, connecting with other living things, right? And don't underestimate the value of connecting with yourself, right? Being self-aware. Start with awareness. Comes through active mindfulness, breath work, intentional sensory work, because each new day, each part of the day has its own opportunity for different experiences, senses. So that's part of my daily practice. It comes from spending time outside. So many reasons to go outside. So make it part of your agenda, find ways to do it, right? Might not be able to see it from here, but I turn around and try and get that in frame. There is a giant pileated woodpecker working on a dead tree back there, right? What an amazing bird, right? Just doing its thing, looking for a meal. Such a big bird. Yeah. Size of a small penguin. But opportunities to notice that. They'll be here all winter. Reminds me to start thinking about feeding the birds. So this time of year, flocks of geese flying south. Ponds and lakes are filled with migrating birds. Might have seen the last of the robins today after this rain. But it's time to start thinking about my winter friends. Yeah, the chickadees and the nuthatches. Finding a cheap source of sunflower seed. Because once I start, I don't want to stop. It'll be a commitment that I've been making. And while I'm on the topic, yeah, it's its own little social science right there. Citizen science project, if you will. If you not a birder yet, take a look at what Cornell University is doing, offering feeder watch programs. Participate, watch what you see coming to your feeder, 20 minutes a day, document who, what, how many, what are they doing, locate it in, and it actually helps them track the migratory pattern of birds throughout the seasons. Nice thing to get the kids involved with too. We do it at work and I do it at home. And we're actually being part of something much larger than ourselves, right? Brings us joy. Gives us purpose for spending more time outside and learning about those other living things. So find some intention, find some focus, make part of going outside part of your everyday action and thoughts, part of your habits, right? It's not a bad one to have. All right. Thanks for sharing. I'll talk to you again soon.